Hello everybody, Mama H here. And that of course means life sciences. So what is it that we're going to be looking at today? Well, we have been looking at population ecology. We've gone right through all of population ecology, and now let's draw it all together and do some revision. So we're looking at population size and growth curves today. You've learnt the keywords. I hope you've got that glossary sorted out. You've learnt the content. You've even learnt some skills like drawing graphs and being able to analyze them. How are you going to be tested on this? And I know for some of us that puts us into panic mode. I understand it, but what must I anticipate in a test? Let me help you out. This is your mind map that takes you through all the topics that we have covered. We've covered all of these topics over the last number of lessons, and we're going to start revising in bite-sized chunks. We're going to start this lesson revising population size and growth curves, but instead of just repeating all the information that I've given you previously, we're going to look at different kinds of assessment items. You may be writing tests or exams based on this work, and the work can be examined or assessed in different ways. I think you're familiar with the idea of a multiple choice question, where you are given an A, a B, a C, and a D, and you have to select the correct one. Terminology means providing a term or a word that is going to match a definition. And that's why I've been going on about keywords and keeping a glossary, because this is a very important way of making sure that you understand the basic ideas and vocabulary that enable you to talk about this topic sensibly. We're also going to look at writing paragraphs. In exams and tests, you're often asked to write a paragraph which answers a question. You're familiar with writing paragraphs in a number of your different subjects, and you were probably taught how to write paragraphs when you looked at your languages. And I want you to, as we move on to paragraphs in life sciences, to simply take those skills and realize that they are transferable to life sciences. The basic paragraph writing skills are exactly the same, no matter which subject you're looking at. And then we're going to focus on something called data response questions, where you are provided with some information. It could be written, it could be a picture, it could be a graph, and you have to respond to that information in some way. You might have to draw a graph in response to a table of data. You might have to answer questions that interpret a graph that you've been given. But I'm going to help you through how to answer all of these questions. It's not enough that you go into the exam knowing that you're going to get these different kinds of questions. You also need the skills on how to answer them effectively. And that is where I am going to help you today. Now, we're going to start off with multiple choice questions. And you may think that multiple choice questions are easy, nothing difficult here. You just have to pick the right answer. In fact, some of my students even call them multiple guess. And those are the students that fail. So we need to understand the skills associated with answering multiple choice questions, because it mustn't just be a guess situation. So let's look at how we tackle multiple choice questions. So here I have important information. You have to read the question and try and answer it before you look at the options. You're then going to eliminate the options that strike you as immediately incorrect. Select the option you think best answers the question, check that answer, and you never leave a multiple choice out, because you have a 25% chance of actually being correct. So let's try a question. The question asks us, which option is incorrect? So in other words, we're looking for the statement that is false. Let's read our statements, because here is our strategy. And our strategy for multiple choice is rescue. R-E-S-C-U. Read, eliminate, select, check, and you never leave one out. Let's start. Populations change in size over time. And I'm going to eliminate the one that I think that one's actually the correct statement. Populations affect each other. Yeah, that's true. Populations consist of many different species. This sounds wrong to me. I've learned that populations consist of one species living in a particular area. So I'm thinking that this might be my answer. I'm still at the elimination stage. Humans can manage populations. Yes, I know that this is true. So I'm going to eliminate the ones that I know are not going to be able to answer my question. Now I can go on to select. I'm going to select option C. I'm going to check it. Does it make sense? Incorrect. Populations consist of many different species. No, they consist of the same species. So I've checked it and I haven't left it out. If I wasn't sure and I got down to maybe it's C, maybe it's D, I should still then guess. But only after I have gone through this very important selection process. And that is how you answer a multiple choice question. We're going to now take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to move on to other kinds of questions associated with population ecology.